Welcome back, friends. Last guy here. It's time for more Great Ace Attorney. Here we go. It was me, my lord. Juror number 5. What have you to say, madam? If possible, Inspector. Me, madam. Me, ma'am. I wonder if you might show the photographic print to me again? The one in which the gentleman is shown? Ah, right, yes. This one, you mean, of Mr. Benedict. Yes. There's no doubt in my mind. You're number 5? You don't mean to say. You know this man? Yes, I know him. What? No. Good gracious. Oh, snap, alright. Is he a model? What is he? Order, order, order. Juror number 5, how on earth? I am a communications officer, stop. As we can clearly see, the gentleman in the photograph is stop. Also, communications officer, stop. He works in my office, stop. Oh, look at her, look at her, look at her. She's freaking, what do you call it? Blushing. A very talented operator, in fact, stop. You should be in the communications station now, stop. Tapping away on the telegraph, stop. This doesn't seem right somehow. I can't put my finger on why, but it doesn't feel right. I suppose we all imagined the accomplice would be some sort of hardened criminal. It's a bit unexpected to find out that he was a respectable job by day, whatever he gets up to at night. Yes, I suppose that's it. I suppose that's why I felt something was wrong. If the gentleman is at London's communication station, we should be able to subpoena him within the hour. Lord Von Zeeks, if you please. Yes, my lord. Make the necessary arrangements, with all haste. As your lordship bids. The court will recess for 1 hour. When the new witness arrives, we shall reconvene to hear the gentleman's testimony. Inspector Gregson. Yes, my lord? I should like to hear from you specifically about events at the pawnbrokery on the day in question. Come to my chambers during the recess. 1v1 kickball. Yes, sir, my lord. Very well. Court is adjourned until 1:40 p.m. Maybe we can deliver some presents, too. To be continued. I could have stopped there. I wish I knew. Wish I knew. Part 3. This is going to be a part 4, isn't there? It's going to be a part 4 for sure. 17th of April, 12:41 p.m. The Old Bailey Defendant's Chamber. Okay, this is an hour before. Okay. Go time. Ah, Gina, how are you holding up? I'm starting to feel quite warmly towards her frequent cold shoulders now. Danny! Are you alright? Why aren't you saying anything? What's the point, eh? Why go to all this trouble and fight so hard for the likes of me? What? Well, you saw it, that picture. What picture? Ah, you mean this one? The photograph taken by Hurley's right-handed recorder. Well, I didn't think it would have captured a scene like this, that's for sure. It's hopeless. Anyone who sees is going to think I did it, ain't they? Well, I won't pretend it wasn't a bit of a shock when the prosecution first presented it to the court. Me mother was a bear. Surely you've got to have your doubts about me now. You can't still think I'm innocent. Of course I can. Jeannie, why don't you talk to us? Tell us what really happened that night. Huh? One of us clearly managed to piece together a lot of new information, but still, we'd really like to hear from you. Alright then. It was after we'd had that dinner together at your place, right, Iris? Then we all had a chat up in your office, didn't we? Yes, I remember. After that, I just couldn't get to sleep. So I slipped out and went down the street to the 2-1. The Windybank's place I had to know. If ours the story was there or not? The Hound of the Baskervilles? I don't know what it's about or nothing. But if you ask me, there's something in it that Sholmes don't like. Something what you don't want people reading. That's why he lied to Iris about sticking it in lug with Windybank for safekeeping. At least that's what I thought at the time. So you broke into Windybank's? I just had to know if it was there or not. I mean, I had no idea how that was gonna kick off, did I? I struck the lock and stuck inside. It was dark as you'd like in there. I gave the oil lamp on the counter a bit of wick, and that's when... What do you think you're doing? Ah! I nearly died. I did. The next thing I knew... I'd grabbed the gun off the counter and was waving it in the air like, I don't know what. Ah, you're the girl who was in here this afternoon. I didn't think pickpockets went in for armed robbery. The manuscript. Have you got it here? Did Sholmes leave a load of papers with you? A story? I beg your pardon? Found the bastard, there's something or other. If it's here, I want to see it. I'm sorry, young lady, but I'd sooner die than relinquish an article belonging to one of my customers. I don't want it. What would I do with it anyway? I just want to see if it's here, that's all. Oh, you want to see it, do you? I want to know if Sholmes really spawned it here or not. Please, just let me see it and I'll go. Oh, very well then. But for pity's sake, stop waving my gun around, would you? But then the old cove unlocked the storeroom door and we both went inside. And it was there alright, the mantle skipped. Sholmes went lying after all. Yeah, that just a check from me, Guinea? Anyway, then there was a bit of a kick-up out in the main old bit of the shop. The Skulkin brothers arriving on the scene, yes. What was that noise? Someone's breaking in. Dear me, is there some burglars' convention here tonight that I don't know about? I think I forgot to shut the door behind me. Sorry. I better go and take care of it. Could I possibly have my gun back? Oh, well, I'll come with you then. Now, don't be foolish, young girl. You must stay right here. Don't leave this room under any circumstances. And with that, he took the gun out of my hands and walked out back into the shop. I hung back in the storeroom like he said, straining my ears in the dark to hear what was going on. It sounded like they got into a bit of a scrap. I started to think I should help him, see? So I was just about to go out the storeroom myself when... Bang bang! Ooh, 2 shots. I heard a couple of shots that go off. 2, I think. Almost at the same time. And then there he was, right at my feet, lying face down on the floor. I was right next to the storeroom door, so I slammed it shut and locked it quick as you like. Because you thought whoever had shot Mr. Windybank might come for you? Yeah, so I went to grab the old cove's gun. I figured I'd put up a fight at least. But when I got a better look at him, I knew. Windybank was a gunner. I felt funny in my head all of a sudden, kinda dizzy. And after that, I don't remember nothing. That must be when you passed out, Gina. If I hadn't done what I done, the old cove might still be alive. Did you tell the police everything you just told us? Of course I did, but they didn't believe a word of it, did they? All they said was if I kept telling lies, it'd make things even worse for me. Huh. It'll be alright, Guinea. Don't worry. Just stay strong a little longer. One is about to put the world culprit through the mill. The culprit was there in the afternoon. That egg of Benedict. I still remember how he looked at me like I was nothing. He was there that night. We don't know his real name yet, but I'm convinced that he's involved somehow. Anyway, thank you for telling us what happened, Gina. I appreciate your honesty. You what? You can leave it all in one of those capable hands now, Guinea. Mr. Nadaoro. Yes? How come you trust me? I don't get it. I mean, have you forgotten what happened there before? Come on, it was only 2 months ago. Me and McGill did. We told you a whole pack of lies. And you got the bogtrotter offer with him, even though he was a killer. No, I could never forget that. I did what I thought was best at the time. But the pain of that error of judgment doesn't get any easier to bear. Still, don't forget that I also made you a promise. I told you that I'd be on your side to the bitter end, no matter what. But what if I'm lying? We'll be working to get another killer up to Oak for all you know. I was once in your position, Gina. I was the accused in a trial. You were? Before I left Japan, I was accused of murder. As strange as it might sound, the circumstances of the crime were pretty damning. I was sure that no one would believe it wasn't me who'd done it. Oh, well, no. It was her father, by the way. But there was one person who stood up for me, who believed in me and was prepared to defend me. My best friend. He's dead now. Ryunosuke, no one believes in you more than I do. Leave this to me. All you need to do is put your faith in me and I'll do the rest. I was so happy, I cried. But even then, somewhere inside me I couldn't help thinking, surely he doesn't really believe me. Not completely. But I was wrong. As soon as my trial began, it was obvious. Because the first trial my voice cracked to this voice. But he had an absolute unwavering belief in me. And in turn, I developed an absolute unwavering belief in him. Since then, I came to realize, if you want someone to believe in you, you have to believe in the other person first. What are you saying? I promise you, Gina, that no matter what happens, I'll keep believing in you. You don't need to worry. I won't let you down. Even though I'm a diver and a no-good liar. You're not lightly guilted. I know that. That's right. You're our friend, Guinea. Hey, Iris. We know you better than you think. And we've come to the conclusion that you're someone we can trust. Yes. That's really all we need to know. Exactly. Mr. Naruto, Sniffle, sniffle. Defendant Gina Lestrade and her legal representative. You've been talking for an hour. In 15 minutes somehow. Court proceedings are about to resume. Please head into the courtroom immediately. Yes, of course. Thank you. I had been both a defendant and a defending lawyer in my time, so I knew only too well just how hard it was to put all your faith in another. And I also knew just how hard it was to bear the burden of another putting all their faith in you. This is it at last. The final chapter, the final battle. Wish me luck, Sasato-san. And I hope you're watching over me too, partner. Alright, here we go. What, this is the last part? We're gonna have a part 4. This will probably be a part 4. I expect there's at least another 8 episodes of this thing. The Old Bailey courtroom. That's 1:41 p.m. Okay, here we go. I hereby call this court to order as we resume the trial of Gina Lestrade. Lord Von Zeeks, have you successfully subpoenaed the witness? The subpoena was delivered to the communication station where the man works immediately, my lord. However, the heavy rain has delayed the arrival of his carriage, it would seem. I see. Then let us turn our attention to Inspector Gregson's precise of the case heard by the court this morning. The glaring omission of the third bullet in your report is a serious blunder, Inspector. Yes, I can only apologize, my lord. And although the defense's chemical analysis of the blood at the scene makes for a compelling argument, I cannot permit such untried methods to be used as evidence in my courtroom. Well, it's a big mistake to cross her with me. A very big mistake. Yeah, a girl holding a gun and saying that, seriously. My lord, the subpoenaed witness has just arrived in the building. Thank you, officer. Show him to the stand without delay. Mr. Egbert Benedict. I didn't expect to be crossing paths with him again so soon, and certainly not like this. There he is! Dragon's still there, Jesus. Thank you for complying with the court subpoena at such short notice, sir. But of course, my lord. As an upstanding member of London society, it is my pleasure to oblige. Now kindly state your name and occupation for the record. Ashley Graydon, Communications Officer. Mr. Graydon and I both work at London's Central Communication Station. Now, perhaps somebody would kindly explain what all this is about? You were apprised of the situation by the court officer on your way here, I presume? Yes, I was. Something to do with a murder that took place at a pawnbroker's on Baker Street? And some nonsense about me having been there on the night in question? That is the accusation, indeed. This really is beyond a joke, you know. Very well, without further delay, the court will hear your testimony now, Mr. Graydon. You will respond to the accusation made against you under oath. Still posing. Gladly, my lord, gladly. You know, the other choice here for this guy was to go very fop. I mean, not fop, dandy. There was a conscious decision not to go for dandy. He's like, gladly, my lord, gladly. Like, I could have gone for that southern gentleman. Could have gone for it. Could have gone for that southern dandy. Why didn't I go for southern dandy? Oh, too late now. Real quick, just see if I got that voice. This really is beyond a joke, you know. Yeah, that would have been good. That would have worked. Okay, the accusation. Naturally, application to make use of a pawnbrokering service from time to time. But are you seriously suggesting I colluded with these thugs to break into the place on the night of the murder? I have no intention of admitting to such an outrageous accusation. Even if certain parties here present claim that my blood was found at the scene. Some Sacramouche detective's homebrewed tincture can hardly be taken as serious evidence. So you deny the accusation completely, do you? I must say, I am dismayed. For the highest court in the land to be swayed by this self-professed detective's toy. It was the will of the jury, and our great British justice system demands that the jurors' will is upheld. Then it would seem we have the misfortune of a most inept assembly of jurors today. Huh! By golly! How long am I expected to be detained here? If following the defense's cross-examination, your involvement in this matter has not been established, you will be free to leave immediately. Good, then I shall be away in time for afternoon tea. Some small consolation, at least. Let us not hold up Mr. Graydon any longer than necessary, counsel. Proceed with the cross-examination. So, we meet again, Mr. Egbert Benedict. Or is it Mr. Graydon? Ashley Graydon. Ashley Graydon. I'm trying to figure out if there's a joke here. My apologies, you are... Ryunosuke Naruhodo, defense lawyer. We have met. If you say so, Ashley Graydon, in enchanté. So... What? I trust we can conclude this quickly. But I'm not holding your flashy hat while we do. Here, I swear it. Cross-examination. Accusation. There we go. Oh god, I finally got reloaded on those HPs. Yes, we even met in the very pawnbrokery where the crime took place in the afternoon of the day in question. Though, of course, you introduced yourself by a different name at the time. It was Mr. Egbert Benedict, I believe. Tell me, what made you... The witness is here to testify about events that took place that night. He is under no obligation to answer such unrelated questions. You can't be serious! Thank you, because I certainly do not feel inclined to answer such an inappropriate question. He's going to be evasive, is he? In an effort not to give anything away. This could be tricky. Look at the other guys real quick. Whoops! Go back. No, press. Have you seen these two men before? This pair? No, I don't associate with criminals. Said by a man who introduced himself as Egbert Benedict. I'd like to know who I have to thank for this. Who made this outlandish accusation against me? The young lawyer there in the black. This is a farce. Whose idea was to permit an outsider to work in a British court anyway? Well, needless to say... Where were you at around 1 in the morning on the night in question, sir? That is past the hour at which I would normally retire. Certainly. I was not in the company of these rapscallions. You're able to prove that?
Objection!
Listen carefully, my learned Nipponese friend. Though you appear to be under gross misapprehension on this point. What do you mean? The witness maintains he was not at the scene of the crime. He has no obligation to prove his absence. If your accusation is that the witness was present at the scene, the obligation lies within you to prove your assertion. You will fulfill that obligation before putting any more unreasonable questions to the witness. Freaking A. A silent victory wiggle. Thanks.
Hold it!
Blood was found at the scene of the crime. There's no question of that. Mr. Sholmes' chemical analysis has positively identified the substances as such. But I am not the only human to have blood running through my veins, am I? How can you be sure that blood is mine? It could equally be the blood of one of these two miscreants. Every individual's blood has a slightly different composition, it seems. Mr. Sholmes' chemical was able to differentiate. Spare me the science lesson. Who is this Sholmes character anyway? Oh, I assumed all Londoners would know the name. He's a renowned detective. So even you are unable to bring yourself to say great detective. A great detective, you say? Now where in the realm of fairy tales are we? Ooh, interesting. Get back to later. The counsel for the defense thinks a British courtroom is an appropriate place for fairy tales, does he? This is so unfair. That chemical test is based on solid science. Hurley and I know what we're doing. Trouble is, unless the technique can be independently verified, we'll never get beyond this man's flashy stick waving. Granted, it is a very colorful alchemy. Perhaps it would make a good souvenir for your uneducated friends back in the East. Hey, something riled him up there. Just for a moment, Mr. Graydon let his feathers get ruffled. But a souvenir is all it's good for.
Hold it!
Don't forget, sir, that Mr. Herlock Sholmes is the most famous detective in the world. And the most famous detective in the world tells the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Oh no, I can't think how to answer that. I once saw the world's most famous swindler thrown into jail. He allegedly told the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but it turned out to be a pack of lies. Quite now. As you are no doubt aware, the Central Communication Station is the heart of this country's information network. My work there is of paramount importance, and you have kept me from it for long enough already. That's all he's going to say on the matter, is it? That's all he's going to say on the matter, is it? There. What do you think, Warner? I think he has no intention of telling us anything. He's well aware that the less he says, the less chance he has of giving away himself. The complete opposite of Hurley, then. He seems to think that the more he says, the better. I need to find a way of getting more information out of this man somehow. But compared to the bungling burglars who cite him, he seems as innocent as a child. Oh, perhaps the Skulkin brothers might be the key here. Oh, could they be somehow? Remember, if you don't prove this witness has some connection to the incident here, we'll be free to leave. I know, I can't let that happen. Let's listen to those statements again and see if there's any way I can make one of them tell us more. Get to it! Here it comes. Here we go!
Excuse me!
Do you have something to say about that, Mr. Skulkin? Yeah, what? Me? No, the Mrs. Skulkin next to you. Right, I've had enough to hear with this. How many times do I have to gotta tell you? Yes, I know, you're not big bruv sulky. I can't believe this joke. Mr. Nash Skulkin! God blimey, Governor. You what? Is it not the case that when Mr. Graydon just spoke, a thought went through your mind? Would you care to share that thought with the court? My thoughts? I don't have none of them. It must have been him. It must have been him. You what? Mr. Nash Skulkin, answer the question, please. What went through your mind when Mr. Graydon just spoke? Nothing. Honest, Gov, nothing. I was just thinking, If he waves his arms like that much more, it'll open up the wound again, that's all. Oh! What wound? Well, he took the bullet, of course. It was only 2 days ago. It ain't gonna be healed up yet. So it was, well, I was worrying for him and, Oh, hell's bells! Mr. Graydon, did you hear that? What? Your comrade is worried about you, it seems. On account of your injured arm. My lord. Yes, Mr. Graydon? I have no idea what these two wretches are talking about. Certainly I shouldn't be expected to answer anything in relation to their mindless insinuations. We know that someone other than the victim was hit by a bullet at the scene of the crime 2 nights ago. And from the height of the bullet hole in the wall, that person was likely hit in the upper arm or thereabouts. Perhaps you'd allow a court official to examine your arm, sir? The left arm that you're currently clasping with your right hand as if in pain? No, I refuse. I squeaked the chair. No, I refuse. You have shown no evidence whatsoever that links me to those common thieves. Accordingly, I'm not obliged to permit any such invasion of my privacy. As I've already said, I'm completely uninvolved in all this. I've never had anything to do with the pawnbrokery where this fellow was killed whatsoever. I take offense at the insinuation that I was in any way involved. You claim to have had nothing whatsoever to do with Mr. Winterbank's pawnbrokery? My lord, the defense would like that last statement to be added to Mr. Graydon's formal testimony. We have that picture. Very well, counsel. Continue with the testimony, Mr. Graydon. Oh, he got himself. We got his ass. The bottom line is I've never had anything to do with the pawnbroking establishment where the man was killed. And we have a thing. Let's go look at it.
Hold it!
Never had anything to do with it. You forget that I was there, Mr. Graydon, on the very afternoon of the incident. Obviously, I'm not a complete stranger to the pawnbrokers. I'm currently on the lookout for an armchair to finish my study.
Objection!
No, you were there to redeem an article. I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh yeah, guess who was there? He was there. Keep going though. Sorry? You must be confusing me with somebody else. I wasn't there for any such purpose. But the redemption ticket! That won't get you anywhere, won't it? Iris, what do you mean? Mr. Winterbank never wrote the names of his customers on his redemption tickets. He can't prove the ticket was his. Ah, of course. She's right. I'm afraid you're going to need to produce some irrefutable evidence here. Otherwise, he'll never admit to being there. Irrefutable evidence. Okay, get back to it.
Is that right?
Here we go.
Excuse me.
Do you have something to add, Miss Inspector? Come again, Sunshine? You were there too, in fact, weren't you, Inspector? That afternoon. Well, yes, I do remember meeting yourself and the pawnbrokers that afternoon. You, your young Japanese assistant, and the accused were all present, as I recall. And at the time, this witness, Mr. Graydon, was trying to acquire a particular article, too. Well now. Huh? I'm afraid I don't remember too clearly. What? But you must! I'm not going to lie and pretend I remember something that I don't. What's going on here? Waxing showed us a picture before, didn't he? You know, from the cameras at Hurley installed in Windybanks? Yes, of course. Indeed, then the gentleman pictured bears a striking resemblance to witness, I must say. Exactly, which proves that Mr. Graydon was in the shop on the afternoon in question. At no point have I denied that fact. Huh. I merely entered the shop to peruse the articles on sale and have a word with the broker. Nothing more. Rum, rum, rum. This makes no sense. I understand why Mr. Graydon might be trying to cover his tracks. But why would Gregson be trying to avoid giving testimony about what happened? Oh, now what do we do? I should take a look at the proper look at the recorder. Okay, what can we look at now? Look at the bullet. This is the bullet that was fired up from the Skokin brothers' gun on the night of the incident. Yes, so it turns out it never actually entered Hoey's body at all. Thanks to the thick leather of the pouch he was wearing, it saved him. Hoey's always lucky like that. Well, considering what he had to go through in hospital, I wonder how unlucky he really was. Oh dear, poor Hoey. Not getting opened up for no reason? Oof. You got me? I have no idea what to do here. Let's give it a shot. Let's go with the disc. See what the disc does. Let us present the disc. See what happens here. We present the disc. Oh, it's the disc. All right, here we go. Have you ever seen this disc before, Mr. Graydon? Why? Is it supposed to mean something? This disc was until the day of his murder in pawn in Mr. Windybank's shop. It was redeemed by the defendant, Miss Legina Lestrade, that afternoon. However, somebody mysteriously appeared to try to take it from her. And that somebody was you, of course. Wasn't it, Mr. Graydon? As I have reiterated numerous times now, you are mistaken. That was not me. I've never seen that disc before in my life. It may have escaped your notice, but there is a small smear of blood on the disc. Oh yes, resulting from an abrasion of the thumb, perhaps. That's right. The surface of the disc is covered in hundreds of tiny metal bumps. In the skirmish to acquire the disc, the thumb of the person who tried to take it suffered minor lacerations. So, while the disc bears the remnants of that skirmish in the form of this smear of blood, the thumb of the person in question must bear the remnants also, in the form of a scratch. Good gracious! Indeed it must. Mr. Graydon. You refused to allow a court officer to examine your arm before. Are you now going to refuse to allow us to examine your thumb? Because I have no doubt that it bears a small scratch consistent with a smear of blood on this disc. Well, well. It would seem I underestimated you. What? What is the meaning of this? So you admit it now. You admit you have a scratch on your thumb, from when you attempted to take the disc from the defendant. Order! Order! Well, Mr. Graydon? It would appear there has been something of a misunderstanding here. I did not attempt to take the disc, as you put it. No, quite the reverse. What are you trying to say? It was really quite simple, you see. The disc was mine from the outset. Is there some crime in taking an item that you own out of pawn? What? It would seem, Mr. Graydon, that in this piece of evidence, my learned friend has established a link between yourself and the incident. Accordingly, you will tell the court everything you know about this disc now. As you wish. Though I'm quite sure it has nothing whatsoever to do with the pawnbroker's murder. I will stop there. Whole new thing. Witness testimony. The disc. Tell us all about the disc. His disc. Yep, so that's the game for now. I have fun, hope you've been watching. That's what's all about, isn't it? Having fun, thanks for coming by, and see you next time.